Hi friends, this is Mrs. Senior again, bringing you 2nd grade, Module 7, Lesson 5 today. Our learning goal is I can solve word problems using data found in a bar graph. We're just building on the knowledge that we've already gotten from our previous lessons. Let's take a look at our materials for today. Module 7, Lesson 5, Problem Sets 1 and 2. You can find the problem sets 1 and 2 in Lesson 5 in your Eureka workbook. Or, if you don't have your workbook, those pages can be found by download in the course. You can also use lined paper or your math journal. You will want to have some lined paper handy as well as a pencil today. Let's get started. Let's take a look at Problem Set 1 in Lesson 5. Today we'll be comparing the amount of dimes a few of our friends have and answering questions about these amounts. Use the number chart at the top of the page to help you design and create your graph. Don't forget to include a title, names of our friends on the left side, and the number line or number scale at the bottom. Remember that number scale starts at 0 and goes up from there. Pause the video now and press start when you are ready to check your work. How did we do? Scientists and mathematicians must be neat and accurate when they create these graphs. I think we did a pretty good job. Let's use our graph to solve a few problems. The directions in our problem set say, complete the bar graph with labels and numbers using the table with the numbers of dimes each student has in their pocket. Then answer the following questions. A. How many more dimes does Andrew have than Emily? B. How many fewer dimes does Thomas have than Ava and Emily? C. Circle the pair with more dimes, Emily and Ava or Andrew and Thomas. How many more? And D. What is the total number of dimes if all the students combine all their money? Now, pause the video and use your great math skills to solve these problems. When you are ready, press play to check your work. Wow, we did a really good job. Let's look at A. How many more dimes does Andrew have than Emily? Well, I noticed in our graph that Andrew had 12 dimes and Emily, she only had 8. So when I counted on from Emily to where Andrew had his 12, I could see there was a difference of 4 dimes. Let's look at B. How many fewer dimes does Thomas have than Ava and Emily? Well, our friend Thomas only has 6 dimes. But when I put Ava and Emily's dimes together in a big pile, I had to add Ava's 13 dimes to Emily's 8, and I got 21. So I took that pile of 21 dimes and I subtracted Thomas's 6, and that gave me 15. So I figured out that Thomas has 15 fewer dimes than Ava and Emily together. Let's look at C. Circle the pair with more dimes, Emily and Ava or Andrew and Thomas. And then how many more? When I added Emily and Ava, I knew that I had 21. So the next thing I needed to do was take a look at Andrew and Thomas's combined dimes. Andrew, he has 12 and Thomas has 6. So together they had a pile of 18. Well, when I compared Emily and Ava's pile of 21 to Andrew and Thomas's 18, I could see that Emily and Ava had 3 more dimes in their pile. So I underlined their names because they have more dimes than Andrew and Thomas. Let's look at D. What is the total number of dimes if all the students combine all their money? The total number of dimes is 39. I added those 2 groups together to figure it out. That's a lot of dimes that they have in their pile if they put all their money together. Great job, guys. Let's look at a different graph. This one is vertical. Some friends are thinking about donating their dimes to help with care for the animals at the zoo. That would be really nice because we know we had a lot of zoo animals from the previous day's lessons. Use the number chart at the top to help you fill in the graph below. Don't forget to give your bar graph a title and label the bottom with names. Pause your video and fill out your graph. When you're ready to check your work, press play. Nice job capturing all of the donation data in your bar graph. I can clearly see who has donated the most dimes at first glance. Let's work to answer the questions at the bottom of the page. A. How many more dimes did Miguel donate than Robin? B. How many fewer dimes did Madison donate than Robin and Benjamin? C. How many more dimes are needed for Miguel to donate the same as Benjamin and Madison? And D. How many dimes were donated? That's the total amount. Pause the video and press play when you are ready to check your work. Let's talk through how we use the bar graph to answer questions A through D. A. How many more dimes did Miguel donate than Robin? This should be really easy, and it doesn't take but some mental math and looking at that visual. But I did use a subtraction problem to get my answer as well, just to check. B. How many fewer dimes did Madison donate than Robin and Benjamin? Well, you can see that I took Robin and Benjamin and I added up their piles. Robin having 10 and Benjamin having 15. Boy, do they have a lot. They have 25. And then I subtracted that from our friend Madison. And I found that she had 13 fewer dimes. How many more dimes are needed for Miguel to donate the same as Benjamin and Madison? Just took some quick math and I found that 14 more dimes were needed for Miguel to donate to catch up with Benjamin and Madison. How many dimes were donated all together? How did you figure out this problem? Did you add all those numbers up? Or did you use a special strategy to figure out how many dimes have been donated all together? I found that there were 50. Did you find the same? In each graph you completed today, you were asked to find the total amount of counts recorded in the graph. Did you figure out the answers in your head or with paper and pencil? What strategies did you use? Some of the problems we could use mental math, where others we had to take multiple steps. Great job working out these problems today, guys. Don't forget to send your teacher your work. Please log into Zearn for the next 30 minutes for fluency practice. Have a great day. Bye.